Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Special thanks to Non-Bond Ventures, who's an investor in our last round, for facilitating the introduction. I never imagined we would be doing a pitch on a football field, so this is pretty exciting. So Fluree is a data management suite that is focused on addressing the modern challenges of these new era of data consumers and some of their special needs. We talk about these data consumers as being intelligent data agents. And on the slide here, we show some of these here to the right. These include generative AI and LLMs, where Fluree is helping to feed them with trusted and authentic data, and also taking concern about the data security and privacy at the same time. The next point here, secure data networks, is something that Fluree helps enable, where multiple organizations can actually work together to share insights and analytics without ever having to physically share or disclose sensitive or private information. Exciting space about in verifiable credentials, where Fluree has established itself as an early leader, where people can have provable data containers that can follow goods and shipments through a supply chain. But they can also be used by consumers as wallets on their phone that can prove things like academic credentials, health records, or financial records, and certainly global data marketplaces. So in these new era of intelligent agents, they really need intelligent data. The traditional data management technology was never designed to be used in these new ways. And because of this, it's really limiting organizations' ability to take advantage of some of these new technologies. And in some cases, actually is creating liabilities for them, as some of these kind of recent headlines illustrate on the screen. So I mentioned we had a suite of data management technologies. It really falls into two core products today. The one here on the left we call Fluree Core. It's our open source knowledge graph database technology that enables all those things we just talked about. And on the right here, introduced about a year and a half ago, is what we call Fluree Sense. And it addresses the need that organizations have an immense amount of legacy traditional data that they need to bring into these new modern formats so they can be used by these apps, but they need to do it in a cost-effective and efficient way. And Fluree Sense uses artificial intelligence to be able to actually profile and understand data and bring it into these new strategic formats that enables it to be used in these ways. So this sort of shows our history as a company. We're right in the middle of this chart. It's both to the left our history and to the right our future. I mentioned our product technology suites and how we've introduced them, or our two products and how we've introduced them. So on the far left, we have our open source knowledge graph solution, which has had just amazing adoption, over 100,000 downloads. It's used by great companies doing really incredible things with it, and it continues to just have rapid growth. We've been able to monetize that open source technology with commercial licenses and service and support, and that really represents that kind of green bar along the bottom of the chart here as far as our monetization. I mentioned Fluree Sense, being able to convert legacy data into these new strategic formats. That's kind of the next logo slide or logo bar here. We introduced that about a year and a half, and we're now serving several large pharmaceutical companies. Hitachi, which is up there, is a new great customer of ours, doing this legacy data conversion. And then the last part is all about enabling this technology in what we call the Fluree Data Network. And we had some of the logos up there of our product, which isn't even publicly launched yet, for leveraging the strategic data in new ways. And this is something that we're launching in public preview in the coming months. So we are raising capital right now. We're extending our last round of financing with an additional $3 to $5 million, and we're doing this via a capped note. How we plan to use those funds is we've recently brought on a lot of new clients, and these funds are going to help us not only service those clients, but also extend their capability and the strategic value of them. I mentioned this Fluree Data Network that we're launching. There's some capital expenditures that are going to go into that. And lastly, we have a very strategic partnership on the table with Snowflake, where we're enabling our technology to run in a new offering that they're launching called Snowpark Container Services. So we're going to be one of the strategic technology providers within their ecosystem. That's all, and thanks for listening.